Hi, I'm Bill DeVille, host of United States of Americana on the Current. This week our cool facts are about Willie Nelson. We're going to tip our hat to Willie this time out, a true icon in the music world, and someone who we could do several videos about. Willie turned 86 this year, so he's been making music since right around 1956 or thereabouts. He even played in Ray Price's band for a time. That's where he sort of started his career. He's touring the country, and maybe he's coming to your area. I know he's playing Target Center in Minneapolis in August too. Nelson's story begins way back in 1933 when he was born in the midst of the Great Depression. Given the economic pressures of the time, Willie Nelson's biological parents flew the coop, and Willie and his sister were raised by their grandparents, music teachers who shared their love of music with their grandchildren. Willie started singing in church, and he got his first guitar at age 6. By the time Willie Nelson was in high school, he was playing guitar and singing in a local polka band. There are a lot of people of German heritage in Texas, and it really influenced the music in that area. While in high school, Willie was also a three-sport athlete, playing football, basketball, and baseball. After he graduated, Willie was in the U.S. Air Force for a while, but he had to leave due to a back injury. He studied agriculture for a couple years at Baylor University in Waco, Texas. But eventually he left to pursue a music career. For quite a few years, Willie actually worked as a radio DJ while concurrently performing in music clubs in the area. He lived in a number of places, including Washington State and Missouri, before eventually returning to the Lone Star State, Texas, and then he landed in Nashville for a while. As a songwriter, Willie wrote for a number of other artists. Some of his best-known early hits included Pretty Paper, which was covered by Roy Orbison. Of course, there was Crazy, which was a massive hit for PATSY CLINE and among the biggest jukebox hits of all time. As a solo artist, it didn't really happen for Willie for quite a while. Eventually, he grew his hair, moved to Texas, didn't really strike gold until 1975, and he emerged with Redheaded Stranger album. It was already his 18th album. Chalk one up to Perseverance, and that one contained, of course, the big hit Blue Eyes, Crying in the Rain. Willie was doing it his way by the time he made this album. It didn't really fit in with what was going on in Nashville at the time. He gave it his own twist after he moved back to Texas. His next big album was Stardust, which many considered career suicide when he made this album because he invaded the Great American Songbook and made this lush album with strings. And many thought, what are you doing this for, Willie? But it ended up being embraced big time. It was produced by Booker T. Jones. Yes, that Booker T. Booker T. in the MG's fame, and became one of his most beloved albums of his career. Since then, Willie's continued to release albums and collaborate with a number of artists, probably most notably with his buddy Waylon Jennings, who along with Johnny Cash and Chris Christopherson formed a supergroup called the HIGHWOMEN, a name winked at by the newest Americana supergroup, the HIGHWOMEN, featuring Brandi Carlile, Amanda Shires, Maren Morris, and Natalie Hemby. Lots of people know about Willie's music and about his activism and about his business ventures, but we don't need to get into the weeds, so to speak, about that right now. But here's something you may not know. Willie is big into martial arts, and he holds a couple of black belts in different forms, including Taekwondo. Willie's also a bit of a philosopher and is known for his witty sayings. There's his 2006 book, a good read by the way, The Tao of Willie, A Guide to Happiness in Your Heart. Once you replace negative thoughts with positive ones, you'll start having positive results. Now that's some good advice. Willie's on tour this summer with his family. Maybe he's coming to your town. He's coming to Minneapolis, I know, August too. I'll certainly keep featuring Willie music on my show. So join me for United States of Americana, the Roots Here side of the Current, every Sunday morning from 8 till 10 Central. Another tip of the hat to Willie.